Hey everyone, how are you? It's been a few days since we chatted. Things have been a little crazy here in the studio. We've had a long weekend. I know a lot of people are bringing their kids to college. Some schools are starting session this week. We had Labor Day weekend, a long weekend, so hopefully folks were able to rest and take a well-deserved break after summer, because even though summer is supposed to be our vacation, sometimes I think we get more worn out in the summer than we do in the rest of the year just working our regular jobs. So I just wanted to catch up with everyone and say hey, and sorry we haven't been very vocal over the weekend, but truth of the matter is we were in the studio most of the weekend working. One of the glamorous parts of owning your own business is that you don't always get to have the same holidays as everybody else. But that's okay, because what that also means is at the end of this week, I get to dive out a little bit early and go to a Kenny Chesney concert up at Bristol Motor Speedway the night before the Battle at Bristol, which is a very huge happening here in East Tennessee, where the Tennessee Volunteers from the University of Tennessee are playing West Virginia, and they've converted Bristol Motor Speedway into a football field, which is kind of cool and kind of crazy, because we were just there for the race, and it was kind of like the minute the race was over, they held everything out and started bringing in sand and gravel and all kinds of things to build the center of the track up to make a football field. So, not that we were involved in doing that, although that would have been cool. So what have we been doing? Over the weekend, we had to put some stuff together for some customers out there who've been waiting on some shirts. Rick Asty was one. John Stallworth, sorry, having a hard time. Looking for some t-shirts that we had in Heat Press this weekend. We have some cool stuff going on. We are working with the folks over at Marsh Propane, which is our propane dealer here. These are not what we're working on. We have some caps and some rain jackets going on for them this week. The caps that they have will be some pretty cool mossy oak camo caps and not the mesh back, because it's going to be cold here in Tennessee, and this is a summer cap. I'm learning all about caps now that I live in the South. This is a summer cap. We don't want a summer cap for the winter, so that will be a full back cap. What else do we have going on? We have some more items for the Lab Fire team in the studio, so we need to get some more jackets and shirts and button-down shirts, polo shirts, some laptop bags out for them. They've got some new staff that they need to add on. We did a bunch of shirts over the weekend for a cancer fundraiser for a friend of ours, Dave Orton, who is a cancer survivor, and he has printed up some shirts and been selling them to raise money and awareness. His shirts are awesome, though not something I would show on here, maybe, because I have a lot of folks that on here that are maybe not over 21, but basically they say "F you cancer," and it's a visual, so it's pretty cool and people love them. And he actually called me today and needs a few more, which is kind of cool. We have another project in the studio this week for cancer fundraiser. This one is actually the graphic of what will go on some hats that we have for a friend of mine up in Rhode Island who lost her aunt a few years ago to ovarian cancer, and every year she and a group of people do a fundraising walk, and they have t-shirts and hats, or t-shirts every year. This year they're doing hats, and we're helping them out with that. And actually, in prepping for today, I wanted to make sure that I had my cancer awareness colors correctly, and I had no idea that September was such a huge cancer awareness month. It's childhood cancer. Sorry, I have to read these because the list is so long. Hodgkin's lymphoma, leukemia, lymphoma, ovarian cancer, thyroid cancer, prostate cancer, and a few others. So it's really kind of a big month for us to be aware that other folks out there are maybe having some trouble, and if you see a fundraiser in your area and you're able, it would be awesome if you could help some folks out. Well, something interesting happened last week. Actually, this past weekend, yesterday was my mom's birthday. If she was still here, she would have been 87 years old. We lost her just about 18 years ago to complications with diabetes. And a year ago last week, we lost Chris's grandmother, who was 98 years old when she passed away, which was pretty amazing. And I had posted a picture on our site on the 31st, on the anniversary of the day that we buried Nana. And it was a picture of a pillow that I had done. And we had taken, this is a different one, but we had taken some of her clothes when Chris's mom and I and his dad and Chris kind of cleaned out Nana's room. We had taken a bunch of her things and kind of set them aside in a pile and designated them to people in the family. And it's tough to read because this is stripes on film, but on the pocket this says, "This is a shirt that I used to wear. Whenever you hold it, know that I'm there. Love, Nana." And I had posted a picture of a sweater that we had done for Chris's mom. I did a bunch for her and sent them, and she was going to distribute them to family members throughout the year. I'm pretty sure everybody has theirs by now. But I think that kind of struck a chord with some people. That photo got quite a few comments and quite a bit of engagement, and I just want to say thank you. Obviously, it was important to us to do it. It was an important story, and I appreciate that you all found the time to comment or like that particular image. Nana was a pretty special lady, and I consider us lucky to have a piece of her here. And actually, this sits in her chair, which we have a rocking chair in our living room that belonged to her, and so we have the pillow sitting in the rocking chair in our living room. Let's see, what else is going on? I think that's kind of the gist of it. We have some other shirts to kind of stitch up for Chris Marsh, also from Marsh Propane. They're not Marsh Propane shirts. They have the Greenville Green Devil on them, so we're going to be doing those this week as well. My hope is to be out and about and meeting new customers also this week. I think that might be all that we have going on this week. I really just wanted to catch up with everyone, and sorry to apologize for being a little incommunicado over the weekend, but know that we were here and working on stuff, and we will chat tomorrow. Have a great night.